Manchester United's transfer window? Forget drama. This is a full-blown Netflix series. We've got Jadon Sancho ghosting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Rasmus Højlund refusing to pack for Milan, Bayern dangling Dayot Upamecano, Barcelona flirting with 80 million euros Fermin Lopez bids, and now PSG's Gianluigi Donnarumma might crash the party. It's chaos, it's messy, and it's pure Old Trafford theater. Buckle up, because the next few minutes will be pure transfer mayhem. Hit like, smash subscribe, and let's go! Manchester United's summer transfer window was already cooking, but now, it's starting to smell like a full-blown buffet. And on the menu, Bayern Munich's Dayot Upamecano, and Barcelona's shiny young talent Fermin Lopez. Yep, United are shopping like someone who just found out their credit card has no limit. So here's the deal. Bayern Munich have apparently offered United the chance to sign Upamecano. The 26-year-old French center-back is out of contract next summer, and things at the Allianz Arena are, let's say, awkward. Bayern want him to stay, United are sniffing around, and suddenly Munich's contract talks are getting a little uncomfortable. You know that feeling when someone else starts flirting with your date at the bar? Yeah, that. And it's not like Upamecano's a random name on a list. United already had him on their radar while plotting a defensive upgrade. Now he's being dangled in front of them like a shiny new toy, and Old Trafford's recruitment team are trying not to look too eager. But that's not the only story. Over in Spain, Barcelona's 22-year-old midfielder Fermin Lopez is turning heads, and not just because of his skills. United have reportedly gone from a 70 million euros bid to a jaw-dropping 80 million euros offer. Why? Because Fermin is apparently seduced by the idea of playing at Old Trafford. Seduced. Their word, not mine. This is no casual let's talk. This is flowers, candlelight, and Ed Woodward serenading you with transfer offers. Barca love his talent, but with internal competition for places and their constant need for cash, that English temptation is starting to look pretty sweet. And United? They see him as the perfect piece to start a new era, which is very poetic for a club that just finished 15th last season. And speaking of reality, Paul Scholes has poured a nice cold pint of it all over the hype. The United legend reckons that after last season's disaster, a top 6 finish would be more than acceptable. Translation: aim for the stars, but be happy if you hit the lamppost. So there it is, United chasing Upamecano, splashing 80 million euros for Fermin Lopez, and setting the bar at not embarrassing themselves this season. Will they pull off a late window masterstroke? Or will we be talking in January about how they almost signed half of Europe? Stay tuned, because the United soap opera never sleeps. Well, Jadon Sancho. Remember when he was England's golden boy? The Dortmund wonderkid who was supposed to light up Old Trafford like a Christmas tree? Fast forward to now, and he's chilling in Manchester's naughty corner, refusing to answer Besiktas' calls, even when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself is on the line. Yep, Besiktas' 16-time Turkish champions came knocking, and it's not just any scout sliding into Sancho's DMs. It's Ole, the guy who first brought him to United. Club president Daly even made it public. We want him. The fans want him. I want him. But here's the twist. Sancho? Not interested. At least, not right now. Apparently our boy is holding out for a Champions League club. The problem? Besiktas finished 4th. And unless someone invents the Europa Conference League but make it Champions League loophole, that ain't happening. Transfer oracle Fabrizio Romano says Sancho's just waiting. There's some Italian interest, but Turkey? Nah, not yet. But if we hit the 1st of September and he's still sat there with no offers, well, let's just say kebabs might start looking more appealing. And then, oh boy, Teddy Sheringham drops in with a flying 2-footed tackle. According to Teddy, Sancho will never play for a big club again. Done. Finished. Career at the top? Over. And why? Because in Teddy's eyes, Sancho's burned his bridges with Ruben Amorim, the manager, the dressing room, everyone. So here we are, Sancho, the ex-prodigy, waiting for a Champions League lifeline, but ignoring the one guy who might actually throw him a rope. Will he land in Italy? Will he swallow his pride and head to Turkey? Or will we be doing another one of these videos in January, calling it the Jadon Sancho Stalemate Saga Part 2? Stay tuned. Rasmus Højlund. Remember when he was Manchester United's next big striker? Fast forward to now, and he's basically being gift-wrapped and shipped off to AC Milan. Except for one small problem. He hasn't signed the "yes, I'll go" card yet. According to reports in Italy, United have already reached a draft agreement with Milan to loan him out. €6 million up front, with a tasty €40 minus 45 million option to buy. Sounds neat and tidy, right? Well, not quite, because the most important signature, Højlund's, is still missing. This is all happening because United just spent £73 million on Benjamin Sesko, who's immediately been crowned Ruben Amorim's new first-choice number 9 for the 2025-26 season. Højlund? Yeah, he's been politely moved to the spare striker category. In fact, he didn't even get on the pitch in the recent friendly against Fiorentina, and apparently, that was Amorim's subtle way of saying, "Mate, time to pack your bags." But here's where it gets interesting. Højlund doesn't want to leave. The 22-year-old says he's still young, still learning, and still ready to fight for his place. In his own words, competition sharpens him. Translation, I'm staying put, thanks. The problem is, United really don't want him to. But here's where it gets interesting. Højlund doesn't want to leave. The 22-year-old says he's still young, still learning, and still ready to fight for his place. In his own words, competition sharpens him. Translation, I'm staying put, thanks. The problem is, United really don't want him to. A meeting between Højlund and United's hierarchy reportedly took place on Tuesday, with the club making it very clear they want him gone. But as it stands, the Danish striker, and self-confessed huge Manchester United fan, isn't convinced about leaving his boyhood dream club just yet. So here we are. United have the deal, Milan have the cash, and the only person not playing along is the player himself. Will Højlund give in and trade Old Trafford for the San Siro? Or will he dig his heels in and try to outscore Sesko? Stay tuned, because this transfer tug-of-war is far from over. Manchester United's transfer window has already been busy, but now, they might be about to cause absolute chaos in the goalkeeper market. The target? PSG's Gianluigi Donnarumma, the Italian shot-stopping wall, who also happens to earn £300,000 a week. Casual. United have spent most of the summer buying attacking toys. Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, but now Ruben Amorim has switched focus. And thanks to a little drama in Paris, the perfect goalkeeper opportunity might have just landed in their lap. Donnarumma, fresh off helping PSG win the treble with 17 clean sheets in 47 games, has been benched. Yep, Luis Enrique has signed Lucas Chevalier and made him the new number 1. Donnarumma didn't even make the squad for the UEFA Super Cup final against Spurs. PSG are apparently ready to move him on with just a year left on his contract. And United? They're open to taking advantage, but only on loan. Why? Because they already have Andre Onana, and 2 huge goalkeeper salaries on the books isn't exactly in the smart spending handbook. United have even explored moving Onana out, with Monaco and a couple of Saudi clubs sniffing around, but so far, no deal. The alternative? Keep both keepers, and have the most expensive bench warmer in Premier League history. There's just one catch. PSG don't actually want to loan Donnarumma. They want a permanent sale. That's their plan A. But the Italian is reportedly unhappy with how he's been treated, and might just push for an exit on his own terms. And when a goalkeeper decides he wants out, well, doors tend to open. Of course, this is Manchester United, so there's competition. Chelsea and Manchester City have been linked, because apparently the 2 richest clubs in England can't resist sticking their noses in. If someone puts down serious cash for a permanent deal, United's loan dream dies instantly. So here's the situation. PSG have benched their treble-winning keeper. Donnarumma's annoyed. United smell an opportunity, but Chelsea and City are lurking. Will Amorim pull off a lone masterstroke? Or will Donnarumma end up in blue? Just not the Manchester Blue United fans want. This one's going to get spicy. So there you have it. Sancho's ghosting Turkey, Højlund's fighting for his dream, United's flirting with half of Europe, and Donnarumma's just standing there looking 6'5" and expensive. Will United pull off a last-minute masterstroke? Or will we be back here in January laughing at how close they almost got? Either way, this transfer soap opera never sleeps, and neither should you. So hit subscribe, because the next twist is coming fast.